All right. You are all welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the mentors lecture room. But this night we have a particular business that we want to do due diligence to collectively as a community. We want to look at it again and then be able to beat our chest and say, good, this is a blockchain based business. We are all students of blockchain, students of Web3, students of decentralized finance, and students of smart contracts. So we should be able to do our due diligence on any business opportunity that presents itself as a blockchain or DeFi based project. And we should be able to identify if indeed that claim or whatever the platform is claiming is true or not. That is why we are here tonight. And before we proceed, I want to very quickly do a little bit of intro of this blockchain thing and what it's about. Oh, sorry, my setting, I forgot to do the setting that deny people access to share their screen so that we won't be distracted. I left that function on, so I want to turn it off now. Okay, thank you. I think I've done that. The person that was trying to share screen won't be able to do that except he's giving permission to. Sorry for the distraction, everyone. All right, so blockchain technology is the, if you permit me to use the word, the mother in quotes of all of these things we are talking about in the Web3 space. Without the emergence of blockchain technology, all of this wouldn't have been possible. So if you are coming into a business that is blockchain based, you must understand what blockchain is, at least in simple, clear terms, without ambiguity. Blockchain is simply a digital ledger technology used to record transactions. Okay, those transactions are recorded and they are well secured. And the good thing about it is it's not a transaction that is being recorded by a single entity, or maybe someone is somewhere in his office, like our banking halls, and then you see accountant or people who manage the ledger of such financial institutions, and they are there, they write it, they put it, they keep it, it's under their control. The beautiful thing about the blockchain, even though it's also a ledger technology, but digital, decentralized, and distributed, it is distributed across different networks of computers. In other words, it removes the possibility of any single entity or authority, okay, having sole responsibility of the data or the information contained therein. That's the beauty of blockchain technology. Okay? It makes it very, very difficult for anybody to tamper with. Because for you to tamper with a block or any information, no, most time when we started this blockchain, if you're talking about blockchain, some of us, our head used to turn. But in order to make it easier for you, just always remember data. But this time around, this type of data or information storage is stored in form of a transaction registered on the computer as codes, okay, by programmers, computer programmers, those who are into coding. There's a higher level, higher realm of coding where you can code or program something known as a blockchain, okay? And for it to function, it has to work with the internet. So the advent of the internet also brought all these possibilities. That is why if you are dealing with any business or anything that has to do with the a blockchain technology, one of the things that you see people who are bringing you into business is, so anybody that has access to internet can do it. Anybody that has smartphone or laptops and all of that. So I'm trying to break it down. There's nothing too difficult there. Okay, the security of blockchain is hinged on the fact that it is transactions recorded across different thousands or hundreds of computers across the globe, depending on which blockchain, because blockchain networks exist in their different forms, with the chief being the Bitcoin blockchain, followed by the Ethereum, and then the third generation and now fourth generation Web3 blockchain ecosystems. Okay? So because of this singular technology, we now have possibilities that ab initio we didn't have. We were limited, restricted by centralized systems, central authorities when it comes to finance, financial transaction, managing your money, how you spend it, how you transact, whether you are sending money in or out of your wallet or your account. All of those were being controlled by authorities that could restrict you as to how far you can go with monetary transactions. But with blockchain technology, we now have what is known as decentralized finance, because all the restrictions and the centralizations and the limitations that go with it, blockchain removed all of them. That is why the world is now moving to another realm of system, or another system. Let me use the word system, where things that pertains to money and monetary transactions are no longer under the influence of any human entity or any single computer system, okay? No single authority whatsoever, but purely and truly decentralized. Is a goal that the entire tech world has been trying to achieve, and finally it has been achieved. It was achieved several years ago when Bitcoin started. I don't want to bore us with the history of Bitcoin and all of that, but I'm trying to jump from one place to another to bring us to what we have tonight. So that when we present a business and we are all busy talking about it is decentralized, it is blockchain based, it is on smart contract, is a DeFi, somebody will not be lost. Okay, you will know that, oh, good, that means I am actually doing a business that I can trust. Before now, we've all been bombarded with businesses in the digital space or online businesses, that burnt our fingers. So many of them even claim to be what we are professing now. Some of them will say it's decentralized, and they confuse us because they are using simple wallet addresses to collect monies. Instead of collecting Naira or collecting Ghana cedis or US dollar, they are collecting USDT or some crypto. So many of us, because of lack of knowledge, we were deceived. We felt that, oh, this is real. These guys are doing blockchain business or decentralized business, only to realize that they are not. People can just manage business transactions on the internet, and then they will collect a particular wallet address and then use it as a receiving wallet. Everybody is paying into it. Somewhere behind the scene, being a centralized system, they will be managing how to pay people. When they feel that they've satisfied some leaders or some promoters, and then they've gotten enough of what they feel that they are looking for, they zoom off. And then the rest of the world that joins such platform will be crying and bleeding. So the challenge has been on, and many of us have been part of such, victims who were affected in the past, even in the recent past. And thank God for the technology that we have, the blockchain technology. Thank God for DeFi. What is DeFi? It is a financial system. Decentralized finance is a financial system based on blockchain technology, as opposed to centralized finance, which is based on human and government or institutional or authorities, dictates or manipulations. It's as simple as that. Because we have blockchain technology now, we have a system of finance that doesn't run on any, based on any human manipulation, but is purely on the blockchain, powered by smart contracts. What is smart contract? Take note, I've tried to introduce 1, 2, 3 things. Blockchain technology, I've defined it. I've also tried to tell you what DeFi is in a simple, clear term so that it becomes unambiguous to you. Now, smart contract is also written codes that automate transaction. They call it self-executing algorithms that help people to run automations with systems. For example, I want to be able to automate the mentor's activities. Maybe I created a token for my community and services that we render all these years. And then I want it to be highly automated. I cannot just go and tell somebody design website for me, and then I do 1 or 2 abracadabra and then start dishing out coins to people. And when I'm satisfied, I will dump it or pump and, all those kind of pump and dump stuff. Or you create a honeypot and then you run away. Okay. But if it is a smart contract that I am using to run such ideas, okay, it becomes very easy for anybody who is going to participate on that to have it seamless, one, to have it secured, two, and then it's also going to be easy for me to hands off Okay, people want to interact in a system that is decentralized, where no single person will steal their monies and run away. So that means I should be able to renounce it. All of those are made possible via smart contract, which is a simple code. And what is that code? A self-executing algorithm written by programmers, computer programmers, or people who are into coding in such a way that it can self-execute, self-automate, and it is written where with a coding language known as Solidity language, which just emphasizes, a point. If this, then that. Condition is based on conditions. That is what and how it runs. If Mr. A meets certain condition and criteria, please let him have B and C. If the mentor comes into a platform known as Bitnest, for example, and he registers and then he enters a loop, which I believe Leader Dan is going to do justice to all of that. Let him have this and that. After 28 days, let's assume he chose the 28 days option. All of these things I'm saying like this are registered on the smart contract. And then smart contract cannot run itself. It has to be linked to the blockchain for it to work. So you see that all of these things are coding, programming things that if you try to use your normal head as a lawyer or a doctor or a businessman or engineer, whatever your vocation is, without these coding and programming languages, you're going to make mistakes. If you're a promoter or a networker that has stayed online for 100 years and you want to use your previous experience of how you've been promoting centralized businesses to come and judge decentralized systems, you will miss it. That is why you see many leaders, talking what they don't understand and deceiving people online because they want to protect what they already know, which is different from where the world is going today. So with these three technologies, we now have opportunity once again to right our wrongs, in quotes. Our wrongs because so many of us promoted certain things in the past that people felt hurt. If you so much love such community or such people, you shouldn't be ashamed to go also and tell them, please come closer. We have seen something that technology is dishing out to us that looks different. Now, based on our knowledge of blockchain, our knowledge of DeFi, and our knowledge of smart contract, we can now go and verify. Before, there was no way to catch the thieves. There's no way to verify them. But with blockchain, you can verify if the mentor, God forbid, want to create a fraudulent thing I will never do, you should be able to find out whether this guy is real or not. Blockchain will reveal him. It's no longer too much talk. Just one or two tools that you click and search, you will see the truth for yourself. Leader Dan will do justice to that tonight. Last 2 weeks when we met on Zoom, because of time, and I've already promised us I won't go too far, I was able to come up with a schematic diagram where I try to present to us the features of decentralized finance, the risks involved, the risk to benefit ratio, and then certain applications of DeFi. Okay, I may not be able to run through that this night, but let me just say, before I bring in Leader Dan, DeFi or decentralized finance is now the future. In fact, it's not the future, it is the present. It has started happening. With what Donald Trump, the president of America, and of course, American president is the world #1 leader. With what they did few days ago, and with the new policy on stable coins, crypto-based stable coins, you know what happens, because stable coins on its own is one of the applications of decentralized finance. If you can remember our lecture, even last 2 weeks. Okay, so this is not a time for people to sit down and start, saying, no, it doesn't concern me. Don't worry, I am used to the old ways. You will be left behind. Our forefathers, many of our fathers were left behind when technology, first industrial revolution, second industrial revolution, third, even now that we're in the jet age. So many people who are clinging to what they used to know, the anvil and the hard labor kind of thing, they are there. They are no longer the billionaires of the world. There was a time it was their time. Okay, so you and I that are, some of us are olden days people, or some of you that are millennials, or some of us belonging to millennials, the Gen Z people and the Gen Alpha are coming. What you are saying in your old generation, they don't understand. If you want to be relevant in their time, you also have to learn it, okay, and be abreast with technology. So decentralized finance is what we have tonight. Its features are very simple. Number one, DeFi, as we know it, is transparent. DeFi is verifiable, which is actually what we're going to spend most of the time tonight to show. You can verify, okay, as opposed to centralized system. You cannot go and say, hello, Zenith Bank, I want to come and verify whether Mr. De-mentor that owns an account, a business account with you, whether this and that, and they will even tell you that it's not done, that they don't release third party, blah, blah, blah. You know it. You will never, even if it's your wife or you cannot, as long as you are not a signatory to that account, you cannot have access to it. But in decentralized finance, you can go use the smart contract, which is the digital signature of any platform, any business, any account. Once you put it inside the blockchain, maybe using the blockchain scanner or some of the DeFi scanner tools, and so many other things that Leader Dan will demonstrate tonight, you will see all the information that you are looking for, including the ones that are hidden before to the eyes of the public. Transparent, verifiable. So we shouldn't allow ignorance of what should be deny us of what we need to have. That is why we keep emphasizing go for knowledge. I will stop here tonight. Maybe our subsequent Zoom, I will bring that schematic diagram and then those long lectures. I want us to go straight to verifying the opportunity that we have been talking about. We told you that there's an opportunity called Bitnest. People can make money with it. And all this platform is claiming is we are decentralized. We are decentralized. We are not going to run away with your money. We want to really be sure, as independent investors, having no connection whatsoever with them. We are brothers and sisters. There's no official of Bitnest on this Zoom call tonight. So I have nothing whatsoever to gain protecting them if they are not real. So we're going to see it tonight. So whatever you know or you have, also during the question and answer or interaction time, please say it. Anyone we understand, we tell you. The one we don't understand, all of us will go back for further research, and next week we'll come back to it again. The goal and the end is to be sure that nobody defraud us again. Thank you very much. And please, if I am not talking to myself alone and I have your attention on the Zoom call, please use the chat box and drop for me some 5555 as I welcome Leader Dan, who will do justice to all the verification, all the research findings, and all the, going into the blockchain to see certain features of this Bitnest opportunity, and then letting us know what is in there for us. How do we make money from it? And then we'll be calling it a night after that. Oh, thank you very much, leaders, for the feedback. Leader Dan, please, can you raise your hand up, sir, so that I can quickly make you the host, and then you have the floor. Correct. Thank you very much. Make host. Yeah. Okay, Leader Dan, please, with Jesus' joy and with godly joy, I welcome you. Please, you take it up from me, sir. Over to you.
Okay. My boss, Dr. Michael De-mentor, thank you for this privilege once again to come to your noble platform and share the little I've also gathered and learned in this blockchain space with your wonderful people. I don't take it for granted at all. People, I say thank you for allowing me this privilege to share whatever I know. Yes, like the mentor said, none of us work with this company. In fact, Bitnest is not even a company in the first place. There is no company here. It's actually a community-based project where we are all parts or we are all users. There's no CEO, there's no admin. Everything is run by the smart contract. And I'm sure by now we have a little idea of what a smart contract is and so on and so forth. So what we are going to talk about is Bitnest. Bitnest is simply, because of our time, I want to be very fast. Bitnest is simply like a bank, or what we will say, your bank on the blockchain, running decentralized financial services, just like our traditional banks have been doing in Nigeria and all over Africa. We have Access Bank, EcoBank, UBA, whatever bank you have in your country doing normal banking services. The same thing is what Bitnest is offering, but in a decentralized financial manner. So the normal banking things like savings, Bitnest is doing savings. Normal banking things like fixed deposit, Bitnest is doing fixed deposit. And we will see all about that. I'll share screen. Normal banking things like lending and borrowing, Bitnest is also doing. So when you enter your bank, we have people who are just coming to save their money and go home. The same way Bitnest is doing that. The same way when you enter the bank, there are people who go in to take loans. And we will show you how those who want to borrow from the bank have access to do it on Bitnest. The same way when you enter your bank, we have people who are also coming to buy financial products or coming to invest their monies like fixed deposits. We will show you how those in Bitnest are also doing it. Now in Bitnest, the fixed deposit here is what we call the Bitnest loop. The Bitnest loop. All right. So those who come in to do the Bitnest loop are technically those going to banks to do fixed deposits, where you have money sitting down and you have no use for it. You go to your bank, you tell your bank, oh, bank, I have money, I have no immediate use for it. I want to put it in for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. And the bank agrees a percentage with you. And at the end of the duration, you get your money back with the percentage. Exactly that's what we are doing with the Bitnest loop. So we give our money to the system, and the system keeps our money for a particular duration. So I'm going to share my screen, and then we will see briefly about the Bitnest loop. Then we'll talk about the smart contract. Then we'll talk about the borrowing, just a little bit about Bitnest, and then we call it a day. So permit me to share my screen. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, share screen. I'm using my different I'm using my different Zoom link, so please a minute, please.
Is that right?
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you understand that what we want to do this night, it's quite simple. Leader Dan, you're back on. We can see you, please. We can see your
All right.
screen.
So yes, so this is my screen. This is the Bitnest loop. So we have 4 main durations here. We have 1 day, 7 days, 14 days, and 28 days. So for Bitnest loop, the longest duration you can keep your money in the system is 28 days, and the shortest is a day. So for 1 day, you get 0.4% of your money as profit. So let's say I have $1,000 and I put it in for just 1 day. I'll have 0.4% of my 1,000 as profit. So at the end of 1 day, that's 24 hours, my capital of 1,000 will return with 0.4% as profit. If I use $10,000, I'll get $40. If I use $1,000, I'll get $4. If I want to go for 7 days, it is 4%. So my $1,000 will give me $40. My 10,000 will give me $400. If I want to go for 14 days, it's 9.5. $1,000 will give me $95. $10,000 will give me $950. And if I want to go for 28 days, which is the maximum duration here, it is 24%. The good thing here is that for Bitnest, you don't have to request for withdrawal. The smart contract retains your capital and the profit at the end of the duration. Everything is run automatically by the smart contract. So you ask your question, so what are they doing with the money to earn this profit for us? Bitnest is doing banking services. Just as you go to your bank and you give your money to your bank for fixed deposit, the bank will not let the money sit down idle in their vault. They are going to trade with your money. And one of the tradings they do with the money you give them is to lend it out to business people who are also going to borrow from the bank at an interest rate and pay back per the duration agreed. And then the bank makes some money and then also gives you interest on the money you gave them. So Bitnest is doing exactly that. When we put our money in the system, they give out the monies as loans to high frequency traders who are also doing looping. Looping is, we will look at what looping is. It's another form of investment done by traders and institutions on the blockchain. All right, so Bitnest partners with PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap is a decentralized exchange. It's a platform. In a layman's term, it's like a market where people go to buy coins, swap coins, bridge coins, make money. In fact, I was reading something about PancakeSwap, and I understand that every day they make about $20 million as revenue from the transaction that takes place on their platform. So that is a huge platform, and it's owned by Binance. So PancakeSwap is a platform where people go to trade. And so Bitnest, knowing that this is a marketplace, partnered with them. Now, every bank, if you go to your markets, if you go to your malls, you will see that the malls, they have banks within them. The marketplaces, they have banks. Why are banks looking to site their offices within malls and market squares? Because that is where people come to buy and sell. So where people buy and sell is an advantageous position to site a bank. So Bitnest, knowing people go to PancakeSwap to trade a lot, contacted PancakeSwap, and then PancakeSwap gave them one of their pools to keep the funds. So our funds in Bitnest go straight to PancakeSwap pool, and I'll show you all that. So a pool is like, in a layman's term or in the normal traditional finance term, it's like a vault. So our funds enter into PancakeSwap vaults or pool, and from there it is made available to those who want to do the looping and so on and so forth. So Bitnest is simply running a banking services. And then, so there are two main flagship banking products or flagship products. We have the Bitnest Savings, and then we have the Bitnest Loop. I'll share my screen. So this is my Bitnest account. So when you come here, you see that if I want to borrow, so this is my Bitnest. So this is the bank. I've entered the bank. If I want to borrow, I will come here. So I'll come to the lease. So let's say I want to borrow 100,000. The minimum anyone can borrow in Bitnest is $100,000. So let's say I come here. So I want to borrow $100,000. So $100,000. Now to borrow, I must have collateral, because I can't just go to any bank and say, bank, I want to borrow money, and the bank will clap for me and give me the money. No, I would have to have security for the money I am borrowing. It is the same thing that happens here. If you want to borrow, you have to put in some collateral. And in Bitnest, they take either BTC or Ethereum. Now, those who are borrowing, they are those who are doing the looping. They are borrowing to loop. So you ask yourself, what is this looping? Okay, so let's learn. This is the Mentors platform, is a platform we learn. So let me just type something. What is looping in decentralized finance? So looping in decentralized finance. So let's find what looping actually means. Okay, so looping, also folding, also called looping, is a DeFi strategy where an investor repeatedly borrows against their collateral, converts the borrowed assets, and redeposits them as additional collateral. So let's read more from Hacker News. So we want to see the idea of this looping thing. What is Bitnest doing? Okay, so in the early stages of DeFi ecosystem, peer-to-peer lending, and let's come down to actually looping explain. So the idea of lending and borrowing has existed for a very long time. In simple sentence, so I just want us to come here. So to understand what looping is. So in a simple sense, looping is supplying an asset and borrowing against that asset. All right. So those who are doing the looping here, they have an asset, either BTC or Ethereum, and then they borrow against that and they use it for the looping. So those who want to do the looping, they come here. They come to borrow. So before you can borrow, the minimum you can borrow here is $100,000. You need to have collateral in place. So let's say I want to borrow $100,000. Now I need to have either BTC or Ethereum. So for $100,000 for 1 day, this is the amount of BTC I must have, 1.4261. And so that is the security the Bitnest platform is taking, because the lenders, those who are putting in their funds must be protected. So those who are also borrowing, they must have collateral in place. And they are borrowing to loop. So they must have collateral in place. So if I want to borrow $100,000 for 1 day from Bitnest, I need to have 1.4261 BTC. As soon as I have that, I click on list now. The system will give me. I am pledging my 1.4261 for the 100,000, and it will lend it to this wallet. So I am supposed to it will put it in the wallet I have linked to my Bitnest account. So this same Bitnest platform is serving as a bank. The same bank where people go to make savings is the same bank people go to borrow money, is the same bank people go to make fixed deposits. So I have come here to borrow money. So if I want to borrow for 1 day, I must have BTC of 1.4261. If I don't have BTC and I have Ethereum, I'll click on ETH. So I click on Ethereum. So I must have 75.8632 Ethereum for the 1 day borrowing of 100,000 USDT. Okay, maybe I want to do it for 7 days. No problem. 7 days. I must have 79.4758 Ethereum. If I don't have Ethereum and I have BTC, I must have 1.494 BTC. If I want to borrow for 14 days, then it changes. The BTC must be 1.7657. If it is Ethereum, it is 93. And if I want to borrow for 28 days, the BTC must be 2.0373. So we all know the current price of BTC now is, I think, 117,000. Before I jumped on the call, it was 117,000. So 117,000 and two of it for this. So you can see that the loans are well secured. If I have that in my wallet, I click on list now and it takes me to the next page. So this is for those who want to borrow on Bitnest. All right. Now, what about those who want to do the savings? If you want to do savings, you come here. So this is savings. So I want to save. I don't want to borrow. I don't want to do the loop. The Bitnest loop is like the fixed deposit. So if I want to do the savings, I click on the saving. Then I have some $74 here. So I just put my amount here, 74. You put your 74. This is the address. Then you confirm deposit. It will take you to your wallet. You see it is taking me to my wallet. Then I click on confirm. Then I have to put in my fingerprint. Then I can save my money in Bitnest. So Bitnest, I'm canceling. This is just for demonstration. So Bitnest is doing normal thing. If I have saved and I want to withdraw, for the savings, you can withdraw it anytime. It gives you a profit of 0.4 every day. Every day, it gives you 0.4. So if you want to withdraw, you click on the withdraw. This is my wallet connected to it. The amount that I've put in the savings, I click max, I confirm withdrawal, and my money is out. Now, those who want to do the loop, it is like the fixed deposit. They also come here. They come to the Bitnest loop and they click here. So I have $74.84 in my wallet. So I want to do the looping or the fixed deposit for 1 day. So let's say I put all the 74. For 1 day, I'll get 75.1473. Remember, it is 0.4%. If I want to do it for 7 days, it is 77. This $74 is going to give me 77. If I want to do it for 14 days, this $74 is going to give me 81 point this. And if I want to go for the full 28 days, it is going to give me 92. That is 24% of this. So this same Bitnest, people are borrowing, people are saving, and people are looping or doing the fixed deposit for a duration. Once the duration is up, my capital will return with the profits. For example, I've done a looping here. So you see, I've looped $1,300 for 28 days. I've already done 2 days. And at the end, I'm going to get 1,612. So you see the timer is counting down. 37 seconds, 36. Immediately, it gets to 000. Everything gets to 000. It means my duration is complete. The smart contract will return to my wallet 1,612 automatically without me having to click a button. And this is for those who are doing the Bitnest loop, which is more like the fixed deposit in traditional or centralized finance. Those doing the savings tool, I've shown you where they go, and those doing the borrowing tool, I've shown you how it is done. Now, everything here is run automatically by a smart contract. So our aim here is to check the veracity or the authenticity of this smart contract. It is this smart contract that is paying everybody paying compensation, paying commission, paying when your time is up. It is this same smart contract that returns the funds automatically to your wallet. So let's see the authenticity of this smart contract. So I come here. Now, the Bitnest Loop smart contract. So this is the smart contract. So I copy it. Now, I am going to run an audit on this smart contract to see how solid or reliable it is. Thankfully, we are living in an era where everything you want to find is possible to find. So there are so many scanners I use, but my favorite is de.fi scanner. So the de.fi scanner is a very solid scanner because the team behind it, they are top notch and they are big partners. So you see, say scan any smart contract, token, or NFT. Find out about threats and vulnerabilities with our in-depth analysis before you invest. Now, before I go and audit this smart contract, let's see this scanner I'm using. Is this any small scanner or they are reliable? So let's check a little about this de.fi scanner. So let's see about this company. I am going to use their scanner to scan my smart contract. Now let me go down a little. He said they provide unified data for most DeFi. This thing, let's look at them. They work on this is a little about the company, a little about them to see whether they are reliable. It says our investors, de.fi is backed by a range of leading venture capitalists. So look at those they are working in partnership with. So you see, it is not, these are our angels, those who invested in them, Justin Lee, Coinbase, John Izagai from Binance, and all that. These are the team behind it, exchanges that have invested in them, Huobi, Mexi. All right, so you can see that de.fi is not, look at the people who have given testimonials about this. A former Binance chain director, John Izagai, Hamza Khan, head of DeFi at Polygon Labs. So this platform I'm going to use to scan, this is just a brief about it, that it is a well-structured audit firm. All right. So these are their partners and everything about it. Now, let me just go back to do my scanning. So this is just to let you know that it is not a 2x4, as we say in Ghana, scanner. This is a company that has built reputation over the years. They have no affiliation with Bitnest. They don't know Bitnest. They are one of the top industry players. And I've shown you the people they are affiliated with, the people, the team behind it. All right. And the company supporting this. In fact, they even have their own token. So it is not a small company. If they audit your platform and they say you are A, you are A. If they say you are B, you are B, because they have built a reputation over the years. So when I got the Bitnest smart contract address, I said, okay, let me check it out. With this tool I have been using, because with this tool, it doesn't lie. It doesn't give me any fake results, just because it is one of the leading industry players. And I've just shown you a little bit about it. So I pasted my smart contract address here. Remember where I copied it here. So this is where I copied the address, Bitnest smart contract. So I copied the address here, and then I come here. I come and paste it here. Let's see what it's going to tell me about this smart contract that is running the whole of the Bitnest program. So immediately I pasted it here. The name popped up, Bitnest. Good. So you can see that it is loading. Let's give it a few seconds to load. All right. I hope I'm not talking to myself. De-mentor, please just give me a voice note to know.
No, we are with you.
All right.
With you.
So immediately, good. Immediately I posted it here. You can see that it has given me a score. Now the safety score is 99 over 100. So the score provides an indication of how safe. So if you are between 90 to 100, they didn't see any big risk. Okay, so this one, it is even 99. But the total score they gave is 97. Remember, this is not a small scanner or an audit firm. De.fi is one of the biggest. All right, so if they say you are 97, then it means you are really doing well. Now, let's see the contract information. They said the smart contract was deployed on Saturday, 18th May 2024. It's been here for 1 year, 2 months, 11 days. All right, let's go down and see reasons why they gave it this score of 97%. Now, the first reason they say here is that there are no vulnerable withdrawal functions. Okay, most smart contracts have vulnerable withdrawal functions. Before you see, other coins you have in your wallet will begin to be drained or will be getting lost. You wouldn't understand. It is a smart contract that is playing that trick on you. Then we have no re-entrancy risk found. Re-entrancy risk. Most smart contracts interact with other smart contracts in their duties or in their jobs. Now, by interacting with other smart contracts, if a smart contract has a re-entrancy risk, it means the other smart contracts it is interacting with, they are likely to pass through that smart contract attached to your wallet, enter your wallet, and begin to drain your wallet of funds. Thankfully, this Bitnest smart contract has no such risk. So it makes it very, very solid. Many a time you tell people about smart contract projects, say, I connected my Trust wallet to a smart contract. They said they were doing mining of this coin before I realized my Ethereum, my BNB, my Solana, my XRP in my Trust wallet were all gone. Yes, that smart contract had a re-entrancy risk. Bitnest smart contract has nothing of that sort. Okay. Then we have no locks detected. Okay. Verified source code. Very good. Now, this is where I like so much. It says contracts cannot be upgraded. If a contract cannot be upgraded, it is a very good indicator. That means the smart contract cannot be changed. It is fixed. And this is the core logic smart contract of Bitnest. Now, let's come down to another important thing. It says no functionality can be paused by the contract owner. Most smart contracts today, they are doing this. Tomorrow you wake up, they say they have paused withdrawal, they have paused deposits, they have paused this. For this one, no functionality can be paused. Then no vulnerable ownership functions found, no retrievable ownership found. That means the owners have completely renounced their ownership and it cannot be retrieved. All right, when you come down here, all these things are positive indicators. It says the smart contract is intact, not self-destructed, ensuring continuity and functionality. Good. But to be very safe, we didn't rely on only one scanner. There are a lot of reliable scanners on the market. So we chose another scanner which has also good reputation. It's called Solidity Scan. So let's use another scanner to test this same smart contract and see what it tells us. So Solidity Scan is here. It is also a very reliable smart contract audit scan. So this is an advanced smart contract scanning to design to uncover vulnerabilities and all. You can read a lot about Solidity Scan. They are also big in the industry like De-mentor. But for Solidity, you can't just post the address here like that. You have to go through some small work. The small work is that first you must come here and say run a quick scan. So we want to run a quick scan, but you must select the blockchain that the smart contract is working on. Now, Bitnest, we said they partnered with PancakeSwap, and PancakeSwap is owned by Binance. So if you are working with PancakeSwap, then it means you are on the Binance chain. So BSC chain, or the Binance chain. All right, so let me go up to where the Binance. Okay, so this is Binance. I select Binance. They're on the Binance chain, and of course, they're on the mainnet. So now I can paste the address here. Let me paste the address here. Oh, sorry. Let me copy it again. I don't know why. Okay, and paste the address here. My phone is, please hold a minute. I don't know why. Good. Now it has responded. So now let me start the scan. So this is a completely different scanner from the first one here. The first one is de.fi. This is a different scanner. And it gave it a 97% score. Now let's see what this scanner is also going to see. This scanner is also saying, well, your security score is average 79. All right. And they found 27 vulnerabilities. Okay. But they said in all, the threat analysis, the threat score was 97 over 100. 97 over 100 is the same as 97%. Just different terminologies or different wordings. So this is 97%, and this is also 97 over 100. All right. Now they said your smart contract has been assessed and assigned a low-risk threat score. The score indicates the likelihood of risk associated with the contract code. All right, so now let's see why this one, which is completely independent of the first one, also gave it a low risk score of 97 over 100. Now, their first reason is that the source code is verified. Good. This is also something you always look out for in a smart contract. Does it have a verified source code? This is because, let's see why you need it. It says the contract source code is verified. Source code verification provides transparency for users interacting with smart contracts. Block explorers validate the compile code. So source code verification is a good thing. Do we have the first one mentioning that in here? Good. It says the verified source code found. Okay, that's a plus. Then it says presence of minting function, that's good. Presence of main function, good. Now it says solidity pragma version. That was some X here, a red flag here. But he said even that is a low risk, so we shouldn't lose our head over that. Now let's come to this one. Proxy-based upgradable contract. He said this is not an upgradable contract. Having upgradable contracts or proxy patterns allows owners to make changes to the contract function. So this is not an upgradable contract. Good. Now, did other one say the same thing? It says good. Contracts cannot be upgraded. So they are all the same thing. This is not an upgradable contract, and contract cannot be upgraded are the same thing. The benefit of having a contract that is not upgradable is because having upgradable contracts allows owners to make changes to the contract function, token circulation, and distribution. It says, then we have owners cannot blacklist tokens and so on. Now, let's go to this one, possible contract. This is not a possible contract. If a contract is possible, it allows privileged users or owners to halt the execution of certain function. Right. Did the other scanner say the same thing about the contract being possible? I think it is here. It says, no functionality can be paused by the contract owner. So you can see that when you come down, they are virtually saying the same thing about, says renounced ownership. The administrator has renounced their ownership. Renounced ownership shows that the contract is truly decentralized, and once deployed, it can't be manipulated by the administrators. Now, this other scanner say the same thing about it. It says, no retrievable ownership found. They have renounced it completely. It cannot be retrieved. So you can see that two different top class scanners or audit firms saying the same thing about the smart contract that is running Bitnest. It gives you some respite that this one is completely solid. But that is not enough. We still have to look and see and do more research. So we use the mother of all scanners. It's called CETIC. CETIC is their boss. CETIC.com is the creme de la creme of all the scanners. It's the big boss of all scanners. All right, so CETIC is the best, is the number one. It says CETIC is the largest blockchain security auditor. CETIC is the largest blockchain security auditor and provides trusted by industry leaders worldwide, Binance, OKS, all those that we know. The big boys are all, they all trust CETIC, just like the DE.FI I showed you. But CETIC is their mother. All right, now CETIC doesn't only audit your smart contract, they audit the entire ecosystem. And when you submit your work to CETIC, they audit the entire ecosystem. And every week, they have their audit scanning your work every week to see if there are still threats or vulnerabilities. Now, after that, they post their findings on what they call their Skynet rating. So they have a scoreboard where all the platforms that they have audited, they do a weekly appraisal. And then based on your performance, you are put on a scoreboard. So you are given a number 1, number 2, number 3. So if you are doing something bad, CETIC will take you off their scoreboard and they will even issue a disclaimer. Once your name is on their scoreboard, it means you are still in good standing and you are operating on with the standard operational methods. So let's see whether our Bitnest is here. But before that, let's see whether we have some of the big boys here who are also there. Oh, Binance. Okay, Binance is here. Once you type in the name and you can find it there, it means it is doing well. It is on the scoreboard. This is OKX. OKX is number 66, according to CETIC's rating. Okay, Bybit. Let's see Bybit. Okay, Bybit is also here. Bybit is also on the same level with OKX. Now let me go to our Bitnest. Bitnest. The reason we are here. Okay. So Bitnest has come here. Now we have, once we have our Bitnest here, okay, it's good. Now you see, they audit the entire ecosystem. So for Bitnest, you see that is here. Let me click here. All right. So the code security is 87. You see, we have nothing for markets, nothing for governance, operational, community, and they have scores here. And I'm going to explain. Now, I told you that CETIC audits the entire ecosystem. So for Bitnest, they are yet to launch their coin. It's called Million Coin. It is yet to be launched. Because there is no coin yet on the market, for the place of market, we have a dash. And the place of markets, because you don't have any coin, you don't have a governance around the coin. So that one too, there is dash. But for the operations is 69, the community is 77.1. CETIC even audits your interaction with your community, your social media interaction. How, you know, crypto is all about community. Even coins which have no use case, like what we call the meme coins, is because they have community. The community creates a buzz or euphoria around the coin, and these coins begin to have value. You know, a lot of them call them meme coins, or how we want to call meme coin. They don't have any use case, but they have a community creating a buzz around it. And it is very critical in crypto. The size of your community determines how valuable your coin will be. All right. So Bitnest has a vibrant community, and it is audited by CETIC. Let's look at the community. Now they have two main social media platforms. One is Twitter, and the other one is Telegram. So you see, CETIC even rates your Twitter following, your Twitter activity, then they'll come to your Telegram activity and all that. That shows you what CETIC does. So if you are still on the CETIC scoreboard rating, then you are doing well. Bitnest is number 530 per the rating. Initially, when we started Bitnest, they were 900 and something, but now they have gone up to 530. That means Bitnest is doing well. Yes, of course, it cannot be at the top there with the Binances and co. These are acclaimed projects, but Bitnest from moving from 900 and something to 530 has done so well. And then the code security, initially it used to be 76, now it's 87. So that means they are still doing very, very well. And then the category score, you see, we have poor, we have this, we have relatively good, and the best one is very good. That's the green. Look at where the arrow is. The arrow is on the next to the very deep green. That means that one is when you score 100 over 100 or 90 plus. So that means the security of their code is very, very good. All right. So that is for the mother of all the auditors, called CETIC. Now let us do our own also research and see how the funds activities of the smart contract on the block explorer itself. We know it is on the Binance chain. So let's go to the BSC scan and then let's look out ourselves. So this is the BSC scan. This is the block explorer, the blockchain explorer. So we are going to paste the address here, the smart contract address here, and see. Please bear with me. This is my other phone. The one I normally use have a low battery, and I'm put it on chat. Okay, it's come. All right, so now let's see. It's going to take some few seconds to scan and give us a report on the smart contracts. Just a few seconds. It's loading, just a few seconds. It's going to open the whole BSC scan. It's going to give us information on the address. And then, I don't know why this is delaying. So, okay, good. It's done. Now, so this is the smart contract on the BSC scan. This one, we are doing our own private research here. Now, when you come here at the top, you see it is contracts code. Now it says token holding. So it doesn't hold any token. It is just, my friend, one of my friends, he said, it is just a courier. It's just moving funds from here to there. It doesn't keep anybody's money. That is a good thing. Now, when you come here, it says it has been working from 1 year, 73 days. It was deployed 1 year, 73 days. Is that true? Okay, this one says, this scanner says that the smart contract has been deployed from Saturday, 18th May, 2024, 1 year, 2 months, 11 days, Saturday, 18th May, 2024. And the BSC scan, which is the blockchain proper, which cannot be changed. Everything here is fixed and it's immutable. It says 1 year, 73 days ago. Okay, let's click on the 1 year, 73 days ago and see if it will give us the exact date like this one has given. This scanner has given us Saturday, 18th May, 2024. Let's see whether when we click here to give us the same. So we click on the 1 year, 73 days. And now when you scroll down, look, it has given you timestamp 438 days ago. It is May 18th, 2024, 11:21:34 a.m. Universal Time. So this one is giving you the exact time the creators of the smart contract deployed it on the blockchain. But it has confirmed the May 18th, 2024, which this one also said Saturday, 18th May, 2024. So you see, you cannot tell any lie on the blockchain, but it has even given the exact time, 11:21:34 a.m. Universal Time, which is the same as GMT. All right, so now we have confirmed the time that this smart contract has been running for the past 1 year, whatever days, 1 year, 2 months, 11 days. We have confirmed the time. And without fail, it has been paying regularly for the past year, 1 year, 2 months, 11 days. Now let's see the activities. If you come here, the token transfers, the activities. The smart contract is doing only two things. The method, that's the activity. It's only doing loop, transfer, loop, transfer, loop. These things are, you cannot fake this. Now everything here is blockchain. You can't enter here and write whatever you like here. If you are not doing looping, then you come and write looping. You can no. So loop, transfer, loop, and look at the time, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 39. So the smart contract is moving funds from wallets, doing looping and transfer every second, depending on the amount of money that is coming in. So it is working every second. All right. So this is the activity. Now, when you come to the contract, let's come to the contract. Let's see. Verified contract source code is verified. Is the exact match. It is ticked green. And that is what the scanners confirmed here. This scanner confirmed here that the verified source code found. This scanner also confirmed here that the source code is verified. That was the first thing. It says source code is verified. And it is here, visible. Contract source code verified. Then the name is Bitnest. So all these codings is what the scanners have shortened for us. These are all the various codes that make up the smart contract. And that is why they've given it this very good score. All right, so this is the blockchain activity of this smart contract. And everything here is visible. That's the good thing about the blockchain. The blockchain, we say, is an open ledger. It is accessible. It is transparent. Everybody can see it. Once you have the transaction hash or you have the address, put it on any block scanner that particular address or contract is running on, and you get all the information. So everything here is here. At this time, it did a transfer. At this time, it did a loop, transfer, loop. Now let's go to another blockchain explorer, but this one uses artificial intelligence, so it is a bit more detailed. It's called intel.arcam. So intel.arcam, that is what we are going to use. This one can even give you a graphic illustration of whatever is going on. Okay, so with intel.arcam, I am going to paste the address here, the Bitnest, I beg your pardon, Bitnest address. I'm going to copy the smart contract address and paste it here and see what this one is also going to tell us about it. Okay. I'm trying to paste the address here. Please, just a minute. Bear with me. Good. All right. So as soon as I pasted the address here, do you see that the name has come? And the name is up there, Bitnest. So let me paste the address. Good. So you see the name has come, Bitnest. Now, when you come down here, look at, you will see the activity that is going on here, Bitnest. It is moving funds from Bitnest to Pancake. Then it moves, the Bitnest you are seeing there is a smart contract, the core logic. So moving, and remember I told you that the funds here are moved into Pancake swap votes. And everything is here. You cannot fake it. Everything is here. This is a blockchain explorer, intel.account. Now look at the activity that it is doing, the transfer loop. You see, it has written it here, borrows and loans, borrows and loans. This one is not for Bitnest. This is it's a completely a different company on its own. But it's telling you the main activity that is going on here, borrows and loans. Okay, so look at the monies that is moving from Pancake, Bitnest to Pancake. Now they have a visualizer if you want to see a graphic display of whatever is going on here. So let's click on the visualize. This is visualize. This is the visualize. I'm going to click on it. And it will give us a graphic display of what is happening. It's a bit touch sensitive, so let's pardon me. So you see the purple ring. Okay. Now you see the purple ring. This is the Bitnest smart contract. The green lines you are seeing are all addresses or wallets. This is the smart contract is interacting with all these wallets at this particular time. It's interacting with all of them and moving funds from this wallet to the Pancake swap pool. So you see, this is it interacting with all these wallets. And then the green lines you see means inflows. When you see red lines, it means outflows. So it is picking monies from all these, and now it is not keeping the money. Once it picks the monies from these wallets, it brings the money. See, the red line means outflow. It brings the money straight to Pancake Swap. If you know Pancake Swap, this is their icon or their logo. So it is moving funds from all these wallets per these seconds. If you click on every one of them, it will tell you the activity of the wallet. You see, these are the wallets. It's going to give me a breakdown of that particular wallet. You see, this is the moving Bitnest. So this is the wallet. Every one of them is displayed. There is nothing that you can hide here. If I pick any wallet, let me pick this wallet. I click on it. It will give me the interaction of this wallet with the smart contract and all that. Every one of them. So the good thing is that everything this smart contract is doing is visible and it can be seen. Now, we have seen that it moves the money from the wallet to the Pancake swap pool. And from the Pancake swap pool, it is also giving it out to those who are borrowing funds for the lending and the borrowing. So you see the activities that is going on here has been stated here, borrows and loans. So nothing here is hidden. You cannot fake anything on the blockchain. So this is the smart contract, and this is what it is doing. Because of time, it's already 21 minutes past the hour. Doc, I think I can maybe pause here based on the smart contract research. If you have any other thing you would want me to talk about, then I can talk about.
Yes.
So I've shown you the borrowing, and because you promised today you will not keep your audience waiting. Me, if you leave me, I can talk for hours. So I want to be guided. So I've come back to you. Maybe there's something I left out. You can ask me to share. So people, this is some of the comprehensive research we did on the smart contract. You see, we use different scanners, D.FI, Solidity, and we use even CETIC, which is the mother of all. We use Arkham Explorer, Intel.Arkham to see the activity going on with the smart contract and the Pancake swap pool. And then we also check the BSC scan to see what the smart contract is actually doing. Transfer loop. It does not hold anybody's funds. You can see it just picks money and takes it to the pancake swap pool. And from the pool, it goes out as loans to those who are borrowing, doing the looping. And I told you that before you can borrow, you must have BTC or Ethereum as collateral. Just as you can't walk to your bank and say you want to borrow money and they will gladly give you the money to come and use. No, you have to put in a collateral, maybe your house documents, your car documents, something that is worth more than the money you are borrowing. And that's what I use the reference. I gave you that the BTC you are putting in or you are pledging should be more than the amount of money you are borrowing. If I want to borrow $100,000, you saw it. If I want to borrow it for 1 day, the amount of BTC I must pledge. 2 days, the amount 7 days. So the BTC you have must be more than the amount you are borrowing. And the borrowers, the minimum they pick is $100,000. It's 100,000. So it's not for, excuse me to use the word, it's not for some of us. it's for the big boys, those who are doing high frequency trading, institutional traders who are doing big time looping and so on. So they have huge BTC in their reserve. And somebody asked a question that why are they not selling their BTC and rather using it as collateral? And it is explained here. If you go to looping, I was trying to explain what looping is. If you go to looping, the idea of looping is you don't sell your collateral. Okay, so it said those. Okay, so it says those who wish to borrow money. He's talking about looping. He said those who wish to borrow money may select one of these processes and provide collateral as supply to be able to borrow. The fact that these loans are over collateralized is a crucial component. In other words, borrowers put up as collateral a larger sum of cryptocurrency than they borrow, just to maintain caution against unforeseen theft. What you are permitted to borrow has a limit. It depends on the entire amount of the funds that are readily available. So that's why Bitnest, the monies that we bring is put in the pool. And the bigger the money, the more the borrowers can borrow. And they are doing big time trading. Looping is an advanced form of trading, and it is very, very, very profitable for those who understand it and know how to. Of course, like every business, it has risk and all that. But those who know what to do, they are doing it and they are making money. So this is what Bitnest is doing. The funds that we bring in is put into a pool and giving it out as loans to those who are borrowing funds from Bitnest and doing trading and big investment with it, but they have a collateral to back or to save the funds. That is why over 1 year, 2 months, no loan has gone bad. The smart contract has been paying consistently and regularly without fail. The good thing about Bitnest is that there is no human intervention here. The smart contract is completely renounced. There is no human being controlling anything here. It is the smart contract, and like the mentor said earlier, smart contracts work with codes. They are self-executing contracts. If you do this, then you get that. So immediately the time is up for you to get your money. You don't click any button. You don't click any withdrawal. You don't chat support. You don't chat admin. Automatically, the smart contract is interacting with your wallet. It knows the address that the money came from. It knows the money came at this time and the time is up. So automatically it has to return. I have been in Bitnest for the past 4 months. And every time that my duration is up, my money returns to my wallet automatically. I showed you an example here. If you look at this one, it is counting down to 000. Once it gets to 00, you see it is counting down. 54 seconds, 53.
Leader Dan, you're not showing your screen at this point. So.
Oh, sorry. I beg you. Let me go back. Sorry. Let me share the screen. Sorry. I forgot I turned it off. Okay. Good. So you can see it now. So now look at this account. You see that the timer is coming down. 32, 30, 30. Immediately it gets to 000. I don't need to click any button. The smart contract that interacted with this wallet address, it knows my address. It is interacting with this address. So immediately the timer is 00. It knows that my duration has ended. The lending I did or the fixed deposit I did with my $1,300 for 28 days is up. I am entitled to receive 1,612. It will return it automatically. without fail. And this is what has been going on for the past 1 year, 2 months. Nobody has ever complained. This is the only project I have done in this online space that I have built a community, a team, and I've not had a single call from anybody. And I have a large team, the mentor will tell you, from anybody that, sir, I have placed withdrawal since morning. It is 2 hours. My money hasn't come. Go and chat support. Let me go and talk to this leader. No, because it is not a human being processing your withdrawal. It is a smart contract. And this smart contract is running on codes. And it is not just one of those smart contracts we have seen in the past. This is a smart contract whose audit has been certified and stamped by the top class audit firms in this blockchain Web3 space. And I've shown you some of the big ones we have used. All right, and they are all saying positive, giving it a low risk. So these projects, nothing is 100% risk-free. I always say the only surety in life is God and His word. Everything is transient, but at least we do some small research, do some checks and all that in order to be certain about certain things. And from what we have gathered so far on this project, we can only say that it's one of the best so far in the industry. I have been in it for 4 months. Not once have I had to complain that my funds have not returned, or my referral commission, or any of the people I have recruited into this space. And by the grace of God, I've recruited quite a lot of people, and nobody has called me once about his funds. I sleep with my eyes closed because I will not get a call that, sir, what is happening? Maintenance, upgrade. The last time they were doing a maintenance on their website, and everything was running because it is a smart contract. This website is only a terminal to show you when your time is up and all. The smart contract doesn't need this website. He doesn't need this website. It knows when. It is running on the blockchain, not on the website. So I have friends. I had a friend. He did 7 days. He put his phone off and he traveled for 10 days. He came back. His money was in his wallet and he was surprised. He said, my money is in. I said, yes. There are times that you may even forget when your time is up. Before you realize your money has been credited to your wallet, pump. And there's flexibility here. You choose the duration you want. If you think 28 days is too long for you, no problem. Do 1 day. You can do 7 days. You can do 14 days or do 28 days. And there is no auto compounding here or rollover. When the 20 days is up, your money returns to your wallet with the profits. It is up to you to continue or to stop. You are not forced. There's so much flexibility here. Unlike some other projects which will lock your funds for 6 months, 1 year, and be giving you daily profits. No, Bitnest is not like that. It is 28 days that you chose. When 28 days is up, this is your capital, this is your profit. Do you want to continue? Then you plow it back. If you don't want to continue, over to you. Otilo, you can go away with your money. After all, it is your money. So this project that's why we call it a community project. Some of us, we call it the people's project because it is tailor-made for us. There is no CEO, no admin here who you have to contact. My funds haven't come. And your fund is not in anybody's wallet. When you saw the Arkham Explorer, you can see that the smart contract is moving money to Pancake Swap Pool. Pancake Swap Pool is where all the funds are kept. And Pancake Swap Pool, V3 Pool, is owned by Pancake. It's not owned by Bitnest. So Bitnest cannot pull funds from that pool like that. It's even a smart contract. The smart contract is what is pulling the funds. And the smart contract pulls funds when it is time to pay somebody or to disburse funds to a borrower and so on. Everything is run by the smart contract. We continue to do research on this project, and so far, what we are finding every day is positive. And so I only encourage you to also do your due diligence and do your research. But trust me, this so far, in the last 4 months I have been in this, I've never promoted a project or been in a project that I have had good sleep and good rest like I have in Bitnest. No calls about withdrawal not coming, no calls about commission not coming, no headache, no issues, go and chat support, where are they doing maintenance, all those funny noises we used to hear in the past. You don't hear them in Bitnest. Everything is running automatically. When the timer is 000, my money and the profits will return to my wallet automatically. I don't need to click any button. The smart contract knows it and it will pay me when the time is up. So leaders, I want to say thank you for this opportunity. You always give me to share what I've done, research. I hand over the microphone to my boss to take over. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Please, can we applaud our wonderful presenter tonight, Leader Dan, all the way from Ghana. Please, with some 777 on the chat box, or you can drop your fire emoji if you know how to use that. 777 fire emoji on the chat box. Thank you very much. Awesome presentation we have there. We've recorded this right from the preamble, the intro stage to the presentation proper. If you take your time when Zoom releases the recording and then you listen to it over and over again, those of you who are leaders, who are promoters, who are networkers, you can just use this recording and send to your prospect and tell him, please go through this and give me your feedback. Let me see your candid opinion about this platform. If it is something you want to do, it will shock you that people will finish watching this thing and they are begging you, they want to start like right now. Okay, this is awesome. This is wonderful. We've never had it this good, the way we are having certain things now, both Bitnest and the other one that we are doing that started first. Okay, we are beginning to see the evidence of blockchain and DeFi and smart contracts that we were talking about some 3, 4, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, some months ago. And it was looking like it's futuristic when we were talking about Web3 technology and the platforms are going to come, they're going to incentivize you, they will do this and that, and you'll be able to, and now we have them. Okay? Kudos to technology. But then the choice is yours, what you do with the information you have. Remember when we started, I told us, this is not to coerce you, this is not to sweet talk you into doing what you know you don't want to do. Okay, I don't do that on my platforms. We show you opportunity, and then we do our due diligence, do unbiased research, and then leave you to take your decision. There are people who will always be negative, is allowed. There are people who will always express fear, is allowed. There are those who are risk takers who express optimism at the first sight and they jump in, is allowed. So wherever you find yourself or whichever class you belong, take your time, do your thing. But from what I can see from where I stand, and then I know I have witnesses on this Zoom call tonight, based on the previous experiences and encounters we've had with platforms in the past, you know that we are no longer where we used to be. Technology is improving, it's getting better. So the earlier you realize this and hop in, the better for you and the better for your financial aspirations. All right, we're going to take some few minutes for question and answer. I'm sure Leader Dan is still here to answer, and some other leaders. And Leader Solomon, you're here. Maybe once you are taking, depending on the question that come, I will call you up. Once you're, or the moment you're answering the question, you can also use the opportunity to share the testimony that you have, because you are someone that, just like Leader Dan, you have stayed on this platform, and then you are my upline on this particular business. Okay, you have so wonderful testimonies to share. Okay, so we're going to do that in the next 7 to 10 minutes. We would have rounded up all of these things, and then we'll call it a day. Thank you very much. As this is our custom, if you have a question, please, you indicate by raising your hand. For those who are new to Zoom, the way to raise hand is on your screen there. You will see where they wrote participants, 81 persons right now on the call. Just press on that. Once you touch that, you will see your name as number 1. Then press hard on your name, hard press on your name. Okay, once you do that, you will see options to raise hand. Then you click on raise hand. We're going to see your hand. I've seen the first name, the first person that raised hand, John Banzeta. I'm sure he's from Kenya. Dr. Donald Onyedika, that's Nigerian. Okay, if we can even take 1 Kenya, 1 Nigeria, 1 Cameroon, 1 Ghana, and that would be awesome. But that is by the way, yeah. So anybody that has question to ask, we'll take like 5 questions, 2 already up. And please, some persons are fond of someone ask question and then while we're answering them, you remember yours. Please, once you take the count tonight, that will be all for this night, for the want of time. Leader John, please, I will ask you to unmute now and speak. Leader Dan, please, you can return host to me, sir, while they are asking their questions. I
Okay,
think
okay, okay, sir.
I don't have
Let
the
me do
power
that.
to. Yes, sir.
Let me do that.
All right, please. Okay.
Done.
Good. I can see that, sir. So, Leader John Bazieta, I don't know if I got that pronunciation correct. Please, over to you now. You can unmute yourself. I've given you that permission. Okay. Please go ahead. Okay.
Someone want to
Well,
kind of business, how will you? What is the way forward? Because I joined late because I just returned from work and I joined late. When I joined, I was at where he was teaching how to save money, maybe a day or invest or the looping side. That is where I joined. So I wanted to know if I'm interested and I want to join. What is the way forward? Thank you.
the way forward is very simple, sir. You get back to whoever brought you here. The person will give you his or her link and guide you how to download Token Pocket if you don't have it already. If I'm the one that brought you, you can chat me up. I already have all of those videos that will guide you. But meet the person that brought you here. They will guide you on how to start like right now, sir. That's the way forward. Yeah. So anything you don't understand also, in a day or 2 days time, I believe this Zoom recording will be available. We'll share it in the group. It will be distributed. So you can watch over and over. So any part of it that you missed, when you go through the recording, you at least you have it at your fingertips. Abiodun Lamidi. Okay, sorry, before you, he said Dr. Donald Onyedeka. That was the second person. Doc, please unmute yourself and speak now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear.
Okay. First of all, I am excited. I joined this place by an accident. I am in the hospital. I'm at work. I just click and I join. So I'm asking Dr. Michael, the mentor, how soon are you dropping me your link so that I can register?
Get to my DM. I'm even surprised that Doc, you say you are joining my Zoom by accident. We're always together now. Please let the accident bring you to my DM. Let's start this night.
No. What I'm trying to say is that I didn't plan to do anything online because I was busy at work. But when I joined, I had to ask another doctor to go do what I'm supposed to do. So please, I want to appreciate the presenter. I've never had this kind of thing in the past 2 years. That presentation was superb. It was superb.
Correct.
I won't tell you lie. And I've been to many presentations. So Dan, congratulations, and please, I will try to get you through Dr. The mentor. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Please, I'm going to
thank you
chat
very
to
much,
mentor,
sir.
and then thank you. Yes.
Let's take it up from the DM once the Zoom is over, sir. Thank you very much. Leader Abiodun Lamidi, sir, please unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mike. Let me also extend the greetings to our able presenter for tonight's Zoom. He has been very, very awesome. I really enjoy his presentation. Mine is just a little bit of trying to learn more. The liquidity, I just want to find out because I know that our money goes into the pancake swap pool. This concept of liquidity, I just need a little clarification. It goes up and down. At what point does it increase and at what point does it decrease? I just want to get a little education about that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Liquidity is simply the total amount of funds in the possession of any company, any contract, any business at a particular time. That's just how to. It's just the total of money. Let's assume the mentors community owns a project on blockchain. Our liquidity is the total money that we have that we're using to run business. Now, Bitnest operating as a fund or asset management platform is owned by the community, and community is you and I. Liquidity increases or decreases based on how people are putting in money and how they are taking it out. For example, there are individuals who invest in Bitnest, and then, especially in Africa, maybe somebody has access to a particular fund. Like, for example, there was the business we are doing that came before Bitnest. Someone say, "Oh, doctor, my friend gave me $10,000 to hold, and I want to use $1,000 from his money to do that business. Please, should I go ahead? Are you guaranteeing that I can make it?" I say, well, in businesses online, there is risk. So if you are doing crypto, know that there is risk. But however, because we have done our due diligence, this one is not Ponzi, it's not scam. They are not running away. So, but remember that you're taking a risk. Okay, if you are sure you're going to do this, return your friend's money to him and all of that. So let's assume such a person comes in with $10,000 to Bitnest, and then because of such fear to return his friend's money, he just wanted to quickly make some bucks, and then he made $100 or $200 or $300 or $400. I said, "Oh, I'm cool with this. Let me return the money." If Bitnest was having $34,910,000, for example, the moment that person pulls out completely and now decide to stay in the business with only $400, which is profit, the thing will drop now. Okay, so some persons, I see some people that call, I say, the liquidity has dropped. Are you sure they are not scammers? They're taking our money. I'll just laugh. It's because some of them don't have understanding of how liquidity operates. Money goes in and money goes out. So if all the members of this platform, members of this community pool all their money, there will be nothing left there. But individuals are also taking their money. So that is why, or that explains the fluctuation that you see. And it's normal in crypto. I don't know if that has answered you, sir. Hello, Lamidi. Sir, are you okay with the answer? Leader Abiodun, have you answered you, please? I think we have. Okay. Wow. It's 9:44. Let me give these last two persons. Please, we won't take any other after Phyllis, Mr. Phyllis, and Mr. Williams. We won't take any other question, please. Okay. Phyllis, please, sir. We want you to unmute and ask. And then lastly, Williams, and that will be the end for today.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thanks so much for this presentation. It has been a very wonderful one and a very good eye-opener. And as far as I'm concerned, Bitnest, the way it has been presented and the facts on the table, reveal it as a very good project. But I have a question, which people that have been speaking to about Bitnest have asked me or have been asking me. Most times we mention risk. We know risk. Everybody says risk. Life is risk. Business is risk, and stuff like that. So as good as Bitnest is, a DeFi project, smart contract, and stuff like that, what exact risk? Because risk, when you say risk, is a general term. It's a general term. And
okay, you're asking what is that risk are we facing with this business, right?
Point an exact risk, even if it is half or one, that an investor will always have in mind. As far
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Your question is gotten so that because of time, I don't know whether you are coming from the mentors community directly or indirectly. If it is directly, you will know that before I introduce this business, I ran a lecture on DeFi. I emphasized the risk involved. I emphasized on how to mitigate the risk. I talked about the risk that is facing us. There are a lot of risk that every DeFi project is subject to. Bitnest is not immune to such. There's what we call smart contract vulnerabilities. As sweet, as good, as juicy as this opportunity is, if those who coded it into the blockchain or the smart contract makes any mistake in their coding, scammers and hackers can capitalize on that vulnerability and there will be wahala. I'm sorry I've used pidgin English or wahala, but I think it's becoming a general language now. Okay? That is the reason for audit. And that is the reason for static, just like Leader Dan was showing you, highlighting the risk. And you remember that static and some other platforms say, okay, there are also risks here, but these risks are low risk, this and this and that. That's one. Number two risk that this business is subject to, which it may even be scary, is in crypto, blockchain, or DeFi, regulatory uncertainties. Okay, this Bitnest, I think, is originating from Leader Dan, from where? I think from Europe. I'm seeing more of the Europeans talk about this platform, or not Asia. I think it's Europeans I'm seeing more. So if the law in Europe decide to crack down on this platform, and then leadership or the hello,
I'm listening.
okay, and you find out that there are legal entities in different countries or jurisdictions that are beginning to make use of smart contract and blockchain to also be sure that people like you and I are not swindled. So let's say the government decides to say, no, what you're doing, and even though it's not regulated, but we can also tell you cannot operate within this jurisdiction, is a risk. If anything happens to them, all of us who are investors there, we are exposed to the same risk. Case in point, FTS exchange, an American-owned exchange. When American laws and everything came up against it, you remember that many people lost their fortune, billions, hundreds and tens of thousands of dollars were lost. Was it because FTS is a scam? No. The regulation and some certain issues that came up made it to become what it was, and people are still trying to, come back from that. I can go on and on. Okay, but what we have exposed tonight has shown you that at least these guys are not out to scam. If they were out to scam, we won't be able to find such and such things we have found tonight, or we have been able to demonstrate. However, even though it is that good, it's also risky. Another risk, okay, good. Bitnest for now is dealing with stable coin, USDT. They are about to launch their own coin known as Million Coin. Once they launch that Million Coin, which is going to be an unstable coin like Bitcoin, it also becomes subject to what we call the risk of volatility. Just like those of us doing the other DeFi, you know it. I don't want to talk about another platform in another presentation. Okay, you know that one is a non-stable coin. When the liquidity goes, when the volatility price action start happening, maybe you came in when the price was $19, now it is 13 point something. You know that is a risk. So let's understand it that way. There's no business without a risk. The only thing we are fighting is let us not open our eyes and walk into the hands of scammers and Ponzi masters. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, sir. Lastly, Leader Williams Okosun, please. You are the last but not the least for a question tonight. And then I will beg Leader Solomon to answer this question, whatever the question is. And if it's not available, we throw it back to Leader Dan. And then I will wrap it up and then we'll call it a night. Over to you, sir. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to ask you to unmute. Sorry, Williams, I've not done that. Okay, please, you can unmute now.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much, Oga De-mentor, and Leader Dan. Thank you, all the leaders. It's been a wonderful lecture. What I want to ask, don't you think Bitnest also face some losses? Because why I say that, why I'm saying this is, maybe now I want to borrow like $200,000 from Bitnest, and I have a Bitcoin. I want to use Bitcoin as collateral. Now, you know how coins behave. The price might, what if the price might drop, and if that price drops, I might decide to leave the Bitcoin for them because the price has dropped below what I have borrowed. You understand me? Don't you think there are some losses there?
Yes, your question is understood, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Leader Wachuku Solomon, you are here and you've indicated, I've already mentioned your name. Please attend to this question. And then maybe Leader Dan will also say something because a very powerful question that he asked here. So I believe that these leaders that have been in this business for 4 months, they have answer to this. I can also say something thereafter. Leader Solomon, please over to you, sir. Let me ask you to unmute, sorry. Yes, I've done that now. You can unmute and speak.
Good evening, everyone. I really appreciate you, Mr. Dan, for the presentation, and also the mentor for the effort you are putting in place. I really appreciate everyone there. So, my brother, the question you asked is a very reasonable question. It shows that you think deep and you really care about your money and also your downliners and everyone around you. It's a nice question. But let me give you an example. If you want to borrow money from a bank, assume you want to borrow maybe like let's say 1 million. If you're in Nigeria, let's say 1 million naira, and you have a land that is in a very nice location, strategic location, and the land worth more than 1 million, assuming maybe the land worth more than like 5 million, the bank will be willing to give you that loan because they know that what you are giving them as a collateral is higher than the land, the value they are about to give you. Then what if you decide to give them land that is in very bushy area that they can hardly sell it 300,000? Would they give you? No, because of the risk of they might not be able to sell it off and replace your loan if you fail to repay. Now, the same thing apply to this business that we are talking, as Ledan explains to us, that is a kind of a borrowing in a bank, and you are keeping as a collateral something that is higher than what you borrowed. They chose BTC and Ethereum. Why? Because they have the highest liquidity. Yes, as we speak. And the amounts you are keeping as a collateral is well higher than what you are borrowing. So it's going to be rare within the short period of 1 month, that's 28 days duration, for BTC to lose such amount of percentage. That's why you are required to deposit more than what you're about to borrow. It's very rare. So that's the answer.
That's awesome. That's awesome, sir. And Leader Dan raised hand too. He also want to add to that. Leader Dan, please, over to you. I've asked you to unmute. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Okay.
Let's,
Yes.
in 1 minute, I believe we'll be able to summarize.
Okay. I wanted to add to what my brother said, but I wanted to share screen so that our brother will get the answer very well. If you will permit me, I beg you, so that because it's a good question. I wanted to just share my screen.
Let me make you host. I've already made you host now, so you do that. But Leader Dan, just in 2 minutes, my eyes are closing where I am, so
I'm
call
sorry.
it a night.
Just for the sake of that, our brother.
You are the host now. You are the host
so
now.
See, I want to borrow $100,000. Please, De-mentor, give me the current rate. You are going to do some small mathematics for me. Give me the current rate of BTC. So I'm going to borrow 100,000 for even 28 days. Look at the amount of BTC I am going to pledge. Multiply it by the current rate and see if in 28 days time, the value of BTC will cross that for Bitnest to lose. So I'm borrowing $100,000 for 28 days. I am supposed to pledge 2.0373. Please multiply 2.0373 times current today's rate of BTC for me. Right now, the rate of BTC
is at $117,000 and 59.
Okay, so please multiply 117,000 by 2.0373.
Okay. 117. Sorry, please. 117 0.056 times what? 0.2.
No, 2.0373.
2.0273. That is 200. Yeah, that's $237,307.
Okay, so our brother, in 28 days' time, the BTC you have pledged, even if in the current price now, you are pledging BTC worth 217,000. That's twice the amount of money you are borrowing. So
it's
in
100,000.
28, yes. So in 28 days' time, even if the price of BTC dips, per the analysis of BTC historically, it is not going to dip that low for Bitnest to make a loss. So that if you think BTC has dipped, so you want to abandon your BTC with Bitnest, remember that BTC that you gave them, the current price was almost twice the money you were borrowing. That's over like 100% of the loan.
That's correct.
So will BTC dip that low? Will BTC dip over 100% down? That means this 117 BTC should dip to somewhere around 75,000 in a month. It's not possible.
It's not.
It is not. So
Thank
they
you
have
very much.
done all the calculations. So it's very difficult for that to happen because what you are pledging is way ahead of what you are being given because of volatility. So they factored the risk of volatility to ensure that you put in so much BTC as collateral. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my leader. Thank you very much, sir. The essence of having those meetings like this is to, return host to me, sir, is to allow people ask questions and then we answer them and show all working. I believe that everyone who attended this Zoom call tonight, you will be able to do justice to this research yourself. At least you can go through the recording over and over again, educate your community, especially leaders. Okay, you can educate your community. You can send them the recording. You can also invite me to come to your own Zoom, personal private Zoom for your community. I will do that in order to help you. People need to understand that we live in age of information, age of knowledge and digital technology. It's no longer business as usual. Those who are always afraid of Ponzi and scam, you don't blame them. We have got our fingers burnt. But with knowledge, they can now be better positioned to earn profitably from the online space without being scammed, especially if they are not greedy. If they are not the greedy folks who are always rushing for, let's go and eat it before it crash. We can see such leaders, we can see such followers, and there's nothing you can do to tame them. After the recent issue we have with one useless Naira-based business, I can't want to mention their name. You saw that they exposed my community into a group. And many of you are in that group. You see, even the people who were shouting against them are now the one promoting a lot of different kind of useless and dirty Ponzi inside that place. You can see them unashamedly. And when you bring what they are doing to a research table like this, you see that it's empty. And they will tell you everything is the same. Everything, all of them is not true. Everything is not the same. Okay? They are only putting a bold face to tell you that even the mentor too, has he not lost before? Haven't you lost before when you're following him? But you and I know the truth, and you and I know sincerity and honesty when you see it. Thank you very much. The choice is now yours. If someone invited you to this Zoom call, please go back to him and say, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma. Please, I want to start like right away. Just like my friend, Dr. Onyedeka, is waiting for me in DM now to get started. Don't waste time. If you blink, you miss. Love you all. Have a nice and wonderful time till we meet again next week. Bye for now.